Is a model for the United States. What is it doing? It's trying to hold on to a colonial situation. The epithet that many use against Israel, that you are an example of settler colonialism, that's correct. That's right. They are. They're not different in that way from Rhodesia or South Africa. And what happened to all of them? Whoops. Israel is arguably one of the last remaining settler colonialisms where the fight is still going on between the settlers and the people they displaced.
Like I said, you go to the history of European civilizations. 250 years is how long they last before they implode because of their greed, because of their violence, because of an inability to let others be, including themselves. If they didn't have brown and black people to hate, they would hate themselves.
Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama and you.
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
What the hell you want here, hunky? You got to pray to God and tell God your rent due. Any God that didn't know your rent was due ain't God.
Some people, they feel like you almost have to sell your soul to get fame, or is it just hard work, or is it luck, is it consequence, is it?
No, most of us in sold our soul. We just called it something else.
That the government would ever.
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was horn. Hump, baby. Shit, bet I do it over time. Say that, nigga. Shit. Bet the bar, off time. Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money. Boy, I'm hungry as a hog needs slop Jesus. Shit, gotta be a Jesus, cause too many black folks. Hump.
Europeans come to this continent, literally ethnically cleanse the indigenous population out of existence, kill them on a scale that has hardly been equaled, and refer to them as savages. That's an achievement. Who's the savage? The first time I encountered this was in a little town in Massachusetts called Deerfield. It's a reconstruction of what that little town looked like in colonial America. And in front of each house is a plaque that explains something about this house. And then description. On the 18th of October of 1702, the savages attacked. The first time I saw this, the savages. You come in here, destroy everything these people have, and they are the savages. That's an interesting move.
It is.
You know?
I hadn't thought of that before.
Think about it.
You knew I was crazy. Why would you do stuff to make me act crazy, then complain about me being crazy when you knew I was crazy? You knew I was crazy.
Greetings. This is Big Pontiac, and welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins, and I am that one and only Galactic Daddy-O welcoming each and every one of you to my galactic patio that reaches from Minnesota to the universe. All right. Messing with my wand. I got to take a picture of it and I'm going to send it to this young lady and have her copper wrap it. I don't remember if I glued this edge on or not. I know I had some little bitty tiny diamonds and I stuck them in there. So they're full of Gorilla Glue and diamonds. They were the tiniest little, like you wouldn't even think they made diamonds that small, but they gave them to you in a candle. So I had 2 candles with baby diamonds, like smaller than pave. I don't even know how to, like, what do they keep that kind of stuff? But I put them in there. You know, diamonds are amplifiers. So I'm going to send it to her and have her copper wrap it. And this was a gift from what I call the mother tree. So, yeah, I'm having me a little wand and shit. Well, so I put might be the last time I get to wear the Eagle gear, but guess what? Unless you're a Chiefs fan, you can't even wear your gear. I can still wear my gear up until Sunday, the last minute. Now, I know a lot of y'all ain't Eagles fans, and a lot of y'all ain't Chiefs fans. So tonight, what am I doing, cousin? What is that you say, cuz? Tonight I am all right. Well, let's see who's messing with me tonight. All Biz, thank you for joining.
You can't get too close to Michael, it's a foul.
PJ Allen, my main man from Japan.
You can't get too close to Michael, it's a foul.
Dr. Sinister.
You can't get too close to Michael, it's a foul.
What's up with the Laker trade? I also noticed how Mark Cuban hasn't said one word. Well, he's a minority owner. I thought he was over basketball operations. He's not even that. I think he owns a third of the team, so he has no majority stake. They want to take Dallas to Las Vegas. That's the play. They want to take Dallas to Las Vegas because they're not going to let them. Right now, they're holding up. They're not letting them build a casino in Dallas. And if they don't build a casino in Dallas, because they want to build a stadium, casino, hotel. That's what that's their long range plan. And if they don't let them do it in Dallas, they're definitely taking that team to Las Vegas. So what's up with the Laker trade? I also notice how Mark Cuban, I think there's a deep reason why. Is LeBron going to retire after this season? No, I think LeBron is in next season. I talked about this the other night too. As I said before, Luka's not very marketable. He has 0 commercials on his own. Now, he's been in the league 5 years, and the only commercial he did by himself was for the NBA. And really, that was a little 30-second little thing that was nothing. So no national commercials for him. So there's something about him that's not likable. Now, the truth is this was he had to play this year, and then next year, he was a free agent. That's why he could have signed, like right now, he could sign a Supermax deal, I think right now or the end of the season. I'm not quite sure. But he told him, he's like, you might as well trade me because after next season, I'm gone anyway. And so that's why they did the trade. They was like, we would rather get something than get nothing. So that's why the trade happened, because they were going to lose him. Now, I don't think it was this year. I think it was after next season he would be a free agent. But that's why he left. And that's why they did the trade. But they did it smartly. Don't let anybody know. Keep the information out. And they took, let me see, what was what's his name played today? Scottie Pippen Jr. Was it Jr. or Christie? Christie played today for the other team. Christie played in Dallas tonight. So, and he's a pretty decent player. The other one was Singleton for Kuzman, which Singleton is done. He can't stay healthy. He's been hurt 3 years now. He's done. So why would you give up Kuzman for Singleton? And they got a couple picks in it, but why? I mean, Singleton's done. Why would they want, Singleton is done. And then Mark Ingram went to Toronto. Mark Ingram went to Toronto. So those are the trades that I knew of today so far. So, yeah. So Anthony Davis, again, I call him Glass. I think most people call him Glass. He's injury prone. He is 30 or 31. Luka's 25. So Luka would have been a free agent at 26. So I've said the other night, I like the idea of Bronny being able to play with Luka, because Bronny is perfect with a guy like Luka. Because as Bronny gets more experience, he's gonna hit that spot up jumper, and that's the game today. Is penetrate. You ain't got it. My only thing is what I would like to see players do, instead of like settling for the three when your guy penetrates, hit the mid range. Take a couple dribbles and hit the mid range, because the mid range, I mean, it's like, what do they say, layup, automatic. And just to force them threes, just take a couple dribbles, boom, hit the mid range. That's just as effective. Well, one dribble takes away the assist, but so I think it's a good deal of Bronny getting to play with him, and then if they get the other boy, if they get Bryce, so Dalton knelt for Mark Williams. Dalton necked for Mark Williams. Dalton something for Mark Williams. That was another trade. Boy, let's see. I haven't heard of it. I didn't catch that one. Now I just got done watching Sports Center. Let's see if we can find that one. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. Yeah, the Lakers #1 pick. Yeah, that's right. Dalton Neat. Yep. He got traded for Williams, wasn't it? Wasn't it Mark Williams? Yeah, I didn't write that down, but I did see that one. I don't even know why they drafted him in the first place. Like, it didn't make sense to draft him. He's nothing. That number 15 they the same player. So that why waste that pick on him? But now they got a decent big man coming in. So that was a good move. That's a good move on their point. And hopefully this big guy, because this big guy was kind of hurt too. But yeah, this Neek made it as a pick, it made no sense. You already got that number 15, whatever his name is. They're the same player. So why bring him in? Zion, thank you for coming.
You can't get too close to Michael. It's a foul.
Yep, he was the first round pick. But just not that. It's like you have a player like him. So that's why I didn't understand why they drafted him in the first place, because you already have a player like him. That number 15, they're the same player. They're the same exact player, same size. Their skill set is almost identical. So why would you? I guess, they kept him knowing it could be an asset in the future. Bronny got a better deal than him, though, and he was the first round pick. Yeah, Bronny's deal was better than his deal. Where is it? Moved it. Oh, well. So, yeah, that pick never made sense to me. And they keep... Now, my understanding was Luka wasn't going to play for 2 more weeks, and they talking about Saturday, so I don't know. And they had an argument that he would come into the league and he was a little hurt. He coming into the league and was hurt and not in shape. And as I said, when he played the Timberwolves last year, that showed the fix right there. He was hurt on defense, and yet you didn't see them post up on his side not one time. That showed the fix right there. Now he could play offense and shoot, but he was dead on defense, and they never took advantage of it. Now, you telling me I can see on television that there's something wrong with that dude, and they're telling you he's hurt, but on defense, he wasn't trying to move. They played zone. They played zone to protect him because he couldn't stay with nobody. So that didn't make sense. Austin Reeves, that's right. Austin Reeves. Hey, Sean, what's happening?
You can't get too close to Michael. It's a foul.
Yeah, Austin Reeves. He is a nice player, but that other dude was just like him. I mean, if you looked at their skill set, they offered the same skill set. Reeves is probably a little better defender than that guy is, the other guy that they just got rid of. But their skill set was basically the same. Same hustle, same everything. So maybe that's why what they had in mind, to use him as an asset to bring somebody else in. So, and they're getting the big guy that they need. They've been experimenting with a bunch of dudes and behind Davis. And Davis talked about he happy that he gets to play 4 instead of 5. And 4 is probably his natural offense position, because on defense he really ain't a 5. Like Joker moves him around like it's nothing, and he's not an agile dude that can front the guy. I mean, he just don't work hard on defense. He gonna stay behind him, knowing the bigger dude gonna get by. He ain't that kind of dude that's fighting over the front of him, making him throw over the top. I mean, he's just not that kind of defender that really fights, or even, he don't even stay on the side to try to get, to do defense. Just moving, like not like Rodman. Rodman would be moving, front of mug, side him. Rodman was always moving, and so it didn't matter the size of the player. Rodman was always on his ass, but Glass ain't like that. And watch how many games he played before he get hurt. I mean, he always gets hurt. So, well, on the one thing we do every year in the Super Bowl is we always count who passes, and on the morbid news. And so the first one tonight is Tiger Woods' mama. Tiger Woods' mama passed. I think she was 80 years old. I don't know if it'll still be up. I might have to look it up. And the big one that passed tonight is Irv Gotti, 54 years old. I guess he had diabetes. And, the stress of fighting the feds, too, probably didn't help him any. But he had a massive stroke. And I guess he was technically couldn't live without the ventilator, I think is what his situation was, that he couldn't live without the ventilator. So they took him off the ventilator and he passed. Massive stroke. And, that again shows how lucky I am. I had a stroke and aneurysm and a stroke, which is kind of the same. And so we know entertainer, Tiger Woods' mama, entertainer, with Irv Gotti, that makes 14. Now, there's another one out that I don't know. Let me see if I can find him. Let's see. Let me see if I can find this guy. Let's see. Now, this one, I mean, I'm gonna count it, but I don't know. Like, this cat wasn't really famous. I think in the last few months he's been famous. I am not going to really say this dude drank from the cup of the beast. Can't really, nothing I found on studying him shows that. He harps at white supremacists. He became a little more popular. They started making the animated ones of him and his speeches. But he was 84 years old. Nellie Fuller. He was tell you, it's a deep dude. Let's see what they say about it. Is this a book to order? Oh yeah, so he wrote a book, the United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept Textbook. It's a term that means what's expressed in practice. The sum of everything is thought or done. Non-white person is a victim of racism that is effective helping eliminate. So this is his book. This is him. Dr. Wessling, I guess he was her mentor. And so his speeches is kind of, Dr. Wessling, he mentored her. I think he was slightly older than her. Of course, she died already. Maybe I'll play one of his things, because a deep brother, a very deep brother. And I don't even know if, like, stuck on white supremacy, stuck on Yeah, white supremacy. You know, it's like, and not to say we're not going through that right now. You know, we seeing a squash on individuals, individual liberties, and individual rights. But so I don't know. And let's see. The other one is what was her name? What was her? I don't even think I wrote it. Tiger Woods' mama. Let's see. And we know that she just passed. Tiger Woods' mom, and I think she had cancer treatment or something. Yeah, I think she died of some disease. Yeah. And this is what, and you know, Tiger Woods' daddy was a player pimp. He was knocking him down. That's where Tiger learned that pimping from. Daddy was a pimp. In Vietnam, Agent Orange and all that. But yeah, his mama. So we look at this definitely as a sacrifice because she has drinking from the beast cup. So we look at this as definitely a sacrifice, you know. Look at it, daddy boy. Daddy smoked cigarettes and Vietnam vet and everything. Didn't stay healthy very long though, did he? But she lived a life because her son, you know. Oh, is that her younger? I don't think so because that phone looks new. Oh, these other people. Okay. So we definitely count her. And the final one that I found, lest we find more tonight, but the final one I found, let's see. Would be, let's see. All right. The final name that I came up with, or I didn't come up with, what was it? Yeah, right here. I'm pretty sure this is who I'm talking about. This cat just passed. Yeah, this cat right here passed. And this is Aga Khan. Aga Khan, the fourth, known as Aga Khan. So his name was Shah Kamal al Hassan. Was the 49th Imam of Islam from 57 to his just recent death. Held position of Imam and the title of Aga Khan after succeeding the position at the age of 20 upon the death of his grandfather, Aga Khan III. Khan IV was also known by his religious title, Mawana Hazar Imam, by his followers. His net worth was 13 US billion. Describes as one of the world's 15th richest royal. He was the founder of the chairman of the Khan Development Network, one of the largest private development networks in the world. Khan was a business magnate with British and Portuguese citizenship, as well as a race car owner. So he did drink from the beast. A race horse owner, excuse me. From the time to the intimate of the Nazi Ismails in 57, the Aga Khan was involved in complex political and economic change. The Khan was the oldest son of Prince Aga Khan and his first wife. The eldest daughter, born in Geneva. He was declared healthy despite being born immaturely. His brother was born less than a year later. His parents divorced due to Khan's, being a pimp. Was also half brother to Benjamin Guinness, from his mother's first marriage, and was previously married to Guinness of the banking Guinnesses. In his childhood in Kenya, where his early education was private tutoring, later attended the Institute of Rosary, where he ended up with his words, fair grades. He was admitted to MIT. Wow, that makes you think he's CIA. Wanted to study science, but his grandfather vetoed the decision. Oh, he wanted to study at MIT. He was admitted. Okay. Attended Harvard. Decision he attended Harvard, definitely CIA then. Where he's elected member of the DAIA. He was CIA. His grandfather died, was thrust in the position of the Aga Khan, a university student known for humble peers. Following his death, at age 20, became the 49th, bypassing his father and his uncle, who were direct line to succession. In his will, Og explained the rationale to choosing his eldest grandson to his successor. The second history, instead of his sons, was made the next. In the view of the fundamentally altered condition in the world has provoked many changes, including discoveries of atomic science. I'm convinced it's the best interest of the Nazani Islamali community that I should succeed by a young man who has brought up and developed during recent years in the midst of the new age and brings outlook to his office. Wow, that was a slap in the face to everybody else. Sometimes referred to as Islam of the atomic age. The will of Aga Khan added that the next Khan in the first several years of Immet should look to Aga Khan's widow for guidance on the general matters pertaining to the Immet. I desire my successor, sure, during my first 7 years of Immet, be guided and questioned by a general policy by my wife. Okay. Upon taking position, tend to continue the work of his grandfather and building to prove the quality of the Nazani Islamis. Samurai secured, so I don't know who the fuck is really this guy. All right, so 25 years, blah blah blah. Okay, this dude was probably CIA though too. Has CIA connection. I guess this is a country. Enacted the Islamic Constitution in Lisbon. Okay. Aga Khan, in direct lineal descent from the Holy Prophet through Hazrat Maulana Ali and Hazrat Babi Fatah, is the 49th Imam of the Islamic Muslims. Okay. Okay, so that's right now I got 14 people passed. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
You can't get too close to Michael. It's a foul.
Oh, yeah, I got your email, but did nothing come. I got your email. I still don't understand why you couldn't send it to yourself. That's not understandable. Why you didn't send it to yourself? So, because I don't know of anything that can't be sent around the world. But that's okay. I'll keep an eye out for it. It ain't nothing like that came. So that's right now that looks like oh, here's another one. We do find another one. Did we do this one? No, I don't think we got this one. We would be up to, that would be the 16th. Okay, who is this cat? Mignon. 39 years old. Damn. All right. We have another one, which would be number 16. We have tributes been paid to era-defining Benin musician dies at 39. The tribute has been paid to Willie Mignon, an era-defining Benin musician who died at 39. The artist passed away after having a seizure, adding she was not clear on the exact cause of death. So he had a seizure and died from the seizure. He took off in 6 with Menji, a hit that remains beloved almost 20 years later. The West African country's ministry coach remembered me as a symbolic figure of the first generation of urban artists in the 2000s. His song, their swaying rhythm, unique energy marked an entire area inspired by many others. He died on Tuesday night after being admitted to the hospital. The father of 5 moved to a neighboring 2 years ago, professional reasons. After news, his manager of 9 years described musician as a fighter who I believe he has demonstrated. So this cat, we are going to add him because it did seem like he took a drink from the beast. So Willie Mignon, age 39. Oh. Did you know that Trump was the first to go into North Korea? I don't think I knew that. I thought it was Dennis Rodman. Thought Dennis Rodman, but he wasn't president, was he? No, he wasn't president. Just like Nixon, the reason why we buy all our junk from China is because of Nixon. You know, after we broke from them when they got communism. And so from World War II up to the point of 1968, 69, 70, Nixon opened China up to us. So that was the plan before. I've said many times that that Nixon, he hurt us in that regard. Because before they were still building up. When I was a boy, all the junk came from Japan. I still got some. I've got some China that says made in Japan. So, the Super Halftime Show going to be full of the symbolism. Yeah, I hope the final nail in Drake's coffin. Drake done asked to go to the Mars. He wants one of them Skylink. He want one of them rockets so he can get out the country because the whole world gonna be singing "Not Like Us." And you heard how they said "A minor." Oh man. Oh. Now where is this? Ron Rivera is taking what job? Let's see. A former NFL following lead back to college. Washington Commanders is taking the job at Cal, his alma mater. That makes sense. Kind of late in the season to take that job. Okay. Coach of the year, expected to take a general manager like role. Oh, okay. So I would say work with the head. Okay, so he ain't gonna be the coach. Okay. So he's going to Cal. Chip, what's Chip's name? Chip was at Ohio State. He went to, gosh, who does he go with? Raiders. Chip went to the Raiders. Chip Kelly went to the Raiders. He's going to be there. He left Ohio State, and he's going to be their offensive coordinator. Because the one coach, the ex-coach from USC and Seattle is now with the Raiders. What is this? Okay. Yeah, I think. Oh, maybe somebody else. Beloved radio host Dave Ace Cannon. Radio host, golly, he's younger than me. All right. Dave Ace Cannon. And he was 56. And he was radio. And last I checked, radio's entertainment. Beloved Charlotte radio host. So he was in Charlotte. The veteran death was announced Tuesday. Reports, details of the cause have been not released. He's formerly one half of the popular Ace and TJ show. And has been delighting for more than 20 years. Announcement, iHeartMedia 96.1, Scribes Important Man. So, he got his fame. He took a drink because radio's entertainment. And now he's paying the price. So, and, and again, why no cause of death? Always no cause of death. Death not released. So that makes us up to 17 sacrifices. And I count the plane crash too. I think if Philly wins, the plane crash was definitely a sacrifice for them to win. Oh, here's another one. Told you they be knocking these suckers off. Here's another one. English actor. Let me see. When did he die? Yep, he is in. English actor, Brian Murphy. They want blood, so they get it. It all adds up. It all adds up. But he was only 92, and that's what you want. And like when we look at old people, we don't know how long they've been sick. So this pimp right here just died. Brian Murphy, he was 92. He's known for appearing in 70 sitcoms such as Man About the House, George and Mildred. He died on the 2nd. Again, he completed service before enrolling in a workshop. He was too young to be in World War II, 32, 40. Yeah, he was too young. He'd only been, by the time World War II ended, 42, he was 10. Yeah, by the time it ended, he was 15, 16. So he's too young to be in World War II. After Bagging Rose, so this is all British shit. But again, the beast served people all around the world. So motherfuckers stay sipping from the cup. They do. They do. LA Fires, yeah. My best guess, it could be predictive programming for a potential shooting that he had some sort of involvement. So did I miss something? Joey. It could be predictive programming for a potential shooting. He had some sort of involvement. Oh, give me some more reference. I'm missing your reference. Give me a reference, Joey. Okay. I think that is all I came across today. Yeah, I think that's all I came across. So far we are up to 18. 18. And as I mentioned, no, do we add this one? Oh, he died last month when? But see, why are they doing the story today? If he died last month, why are they doing the story today? See, and that's how they do. They want to do this. They want the energy, so they'll release. It just says this guy died last month, so I don't know. He died sometime in July, so I don't know if we can count him. Mission Aviation Fellowship co-founder. He lived 100 years old, so I don't know. It appears like he was just a military man. So I don't know if we're gonna count him. Just because he was in the military didn't necessarily mean he drank from the beast. He's talking about my comment. Okay, all biz. Drake. Oh, okay. I see it up here. Drake did the show where recently he came out in a black shirt full of bullet holes with smoke spewing from his back. What do you think it meant? It's showing that he was injured. That's what he's showing, that he was injured, but he's still alive. That he just took all those shots, but he's still alive. That's at least was my interpretation of it. That he just this year he took a lot of bullet holes, but he's still going. Because like he's got a bullet, like he's bulletproof. That's what he's symbolizing, that he's bulletproof. So they didn't ship it only to the U.S. I'll pay the shipping. You have to. It makes some brother. My bad. It was confusing. Okay, if it comes, I haven't seen anything, so let you know when it comes. So yeah, that's my interpretation of it. Now, if somebody's going to will that will that lead to violence? It shouldn't. But that Grammy hurt him, and then that line of him, Kendrick just spoke, give him a Grammy. Well, that shit didn't age well with him. That shit did not age well with him at all. And so that's what he's trying to show you, that he's bulletproof. He took all the shots and he's still going. That's how his ego is, It's probably the most shaming of a tearing up a person that started some bullshit of tearing them up. And they say he had more in the chamber. Said he had more in the chamber. So that's what's so funny about it all. Man, I went to the outlet today. Let me see. I saw the shoes I saw. They're white. They're threes. They were Jordan 3s. I think the white cement. Still $200. I just saw them. I was looking here, and let me see if I can pull up a Nike and see them again. But still $200, and they came out in August. Still $200. Oh, these still got them. Still got these. What about? I don't want the red ones. I don't know if I like these. Y'all like these? I tell you, these shoes is comfortable as hell, but I don't know about these. I got these. They sold out, most of them. And I like that one. I like the toe a little better, but I don't know. This red one, maybe it'll grow on me. I don't know. I mean, this will go with a lot of gear, no doubt. But these are comfortable. I haven't played pickleball in them. I've been playing pickleball in the 30. What is these? 39s. I've been playing pickleball in the 38s. These ain't the ones I was looking for, though. But yeah, Nike had 40% off today. So if you guys got Outlet, the Outlet has them at 40% off. Let's see. What about Snoop switching up on his words from 4 years ago only to perform to support him? I mean, I guess you could equal that to Big Meech going to Rick Ross's thing. Rick Ross offered him some money. Big Meech went down there to get that bread. You know, what other money he making? What did his son say to 50 Cent? You know, he's getting paid. He's not going to make any money until the season started. And 50 said this is the last season. He feels betrayed. So that's the same, you know, I think, you know, yeah. And so, you know, he was offered bread. Snoop Dogg, see, again, that's their way of saying, trying to show you, see, we do mess with melanated people. We do mess with the so-called blacks. That's his way of showing it. And that's how a racist dude would do it, to see what people they can pay. Now, I call him a coon. I call him what he is, a businessman. Him and Nelly both got paid to perform. So how can you knock that? That's what they are, performers. So they got paid to perform. They knew what it was. It ain't like it's a secret what it was. They knew what it was. So you can't really knock them, because that's what the business is. The business is about performing, getting paid for performance. So does it matter who you get paid by? Oh man, do y'all like this shit? Do y'all remember this shit? I think I showed this before though. And the new ones got where you got a controller. And this is 150. I might have showed this before. The new ones have controllers. I never understood the quarterback. Like he could throw and I played this for hours. As I said, we used to have parties where we would have all the blanks and we would paint them. So each person would get a team and we would have the colors and we would paint them. And because you know, you could order the numbers too. And you could actually order the players. But yeah, that's how serious. And we would have tournaments, bet money and shit, and have tournaments playing with this shit. Yeah, I had one of these as a child. Fun as hell. Fun as hell. I like that thing. That thing was fun to me. When times were much simpler times. Much, much simpler times. But yeah, I went out to the outlet and saw stuff. Most of the clothes was 40% off. Say a bunch of shoes, 40% off on the back wall. But yeah, to have a pair of Jordans that came out and said, I mean, like that's one thing is some of the shoes keep their value. They don't come off of when they had those. Now I did run into the 11s. It was a pair of 11s. But the 11s that had the more of the webbing in it, not the 11s like it was the 11, but it was a retro 11, but it had like the webbing in it. So I don't remember what that was called, but I think that was 40% off of one. I think they came to be like $90 for those. And then the kind that have the little balls in the back, cheapest I've seen them yet was 70. But I would have bought them, but I think I'm buying them Jordans this weekend. I think I'm getting those Jordan 5s that's coming out this weekend. So, but I tell you what, if you like Jordan or LeBron shoes is number 2 to me. The best shoes is Jordans by far. Jordan 39s is the most comfortable shoe. But number 2 is 22. Number 2 is 22 and 21 LeBrons. Both of those are super comfortable. If you want a comfortable hoop shoes, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong because you can't hoop in retros. But you cannot go wrong in those two. Those two are great, great hoop shoes. Let me see if I can show this one. I got these in my I've got these in my storage. Not this colorway, but yeah, I've got this, and this is a super comfortable shoe too. I must admit, this shoe is super comfortable. Wonder what is this? Wonder if this is the only size they got. Yeah, they only go up to 12s. I can't wear a 12. That shit be killing my feet. I could get a 12, but I can't wear a 12. Oh, but if you get the LeBron 21s, they run small. Just to warn you, they definitely run small. If you order them up. Order up in size. Because of my insoles, I wear a 14 because of my insoles. But super, super comfortable shoe. Super comfortable shoe. And you know, this is do you work with Stacy's? Do you rock with Stacy's? Oh my goodness, I got a funny Stacy story. So you know, I've said before, I grew up in Michigan, but I was old enough when Jewtown was still Jewtown. I started going to Jewtown as a little boy, and my senior prom, I got 2 suits made, and I think it was less than a couple $100 for 2 tailor-made 3-piece suits. I mean, trade down. And looking back at it, I wish I'd have got one of them double-breasted, but I got them both, you know, full trade down, you know, coat, vest. And, you know, dude, you walked in the store, dude pinned you up and told us to come back in about an hour and we could get the suits. I go get my suits. So my suit was tailor-made. You know, when I took suits to college, I had 2 tailor-made suits. But anyway, to get into the Stacy thing, like in the alleys would just be shoes. You'd pass the alley and it'd just be shoes. And they had just Stacy's everywhere. So I know I had the gray pair of patent leather Stacy's. I want to think of the other kind I had. I had the gray pair. I had more of a brownish pair too. Now Gators was Mr. Adams in Detroit. That's where we would get the Gators from, was Mr. Adams in Detroit. But my funny story about a Stacy's is, now one thing about Stacy's was, so my friend gets stuck on some ice. It's like a black ice situation. We trying to leave and this nigga's stuck. So me and my friend, who were both wearing Stacy's, had to try to push this nigga out and get the car free. And we got Stacy's, so we have 0 grip. The only grip on the Stacy's is in the heels. Now the only thing that helped us is we had taps. I don't even know if y'all know what taps are. Like you can put taps on the back of your heel and taps on the front, and it keep your shoes from wearing off. It'll keep your shoes. Man, you just put them in the back. No, it was a little tap you could put in the front too, but most people just put them in the back, and it kept your heel from wearing. So it was like an extra protection for your heel. That was the only thing that gripped. That tap had a little grip to it, and we was there to push him out and push him free. I wonder if we should count this mug. Let's see when he passed. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't tell. I don't know if we count him or not. When is this? Okay, maybe Mike Maple Sr. Might as well put him down too. He was 82 Microsoft. And I'm going to tell you why I'm a Clutie. Let me show you this picture. So this is the cat. They're not saying how he died. He was with Microsoft. And if you don't think that he drank from the beast, I am going to... Oh, okay. Let me show this. Yeah, these was for sale. $200. This is the grade school pair. Still $200 at the outlet. No discount on these. And these came out in August. All right, so sorry. Cement grays. Yeah, that's what they call them. Cement grays. Cement grays is still $200 at our outlet. He wore ties, but anyway. All right. This man right here is the guy that died. This is Steve Ballmer that owns the Clippers, and we know who this monster is. Son of eugenics, stole everything that he ever made. He stole it. He stole it from IBM, you know. So, and this is who Maples. That's Maples, Ballmer, Maples, and Frank. What's Frank's name? Gaudette. Frank Gaudette. So he's the first one out of this early crew to get knocked off. Was this cat? This cat was 82. And we know Ballmer's drinking from the cup of the beast, and we know that Bill Gates is the beast. He is probably one part of Marduk. He is probably one variation of Marduk. This is such an evil man that hates melanated people, that believes wholeheartedly in eugenics. So, what you think about Cat Williams and his podcast with Theo Vaughn? If you've seen, I haven't seen it yet. But I do agree with Sly. He is controlled opposition. When he did last year, when he did his thing with Shannon Sharp, he didn't attack any European people. He only talked about brothers. And all the stories he had about all the brothers, there was just as many European people he could have talked about, but you see, he stayed away from it. So and he appears to be a Mason. So no, I haven't checked it out, but he doesn't. He's he works for them peoples. He works for them peoples. It ain't like he's legit, he's real, and he again, he just attacked brothers. He just attacked brothers. He didn't attack the industry. He attacked brothers. It was interesting. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll make a note, so I'll check it out. So I haven't seen it. But yeah, I think he controlled opposition. He worked for them peoples. And that's what's a trip. They act like they don't work for them peoples, like he was any different. He made that like he was any different. Now, what he said about, he stayed away from Puffy, I mean, yeah, he gave that up. But he didn't attack any Europeans. Huh. I wonder if we're going to count this guy. Let's see. When did he pass? Okay, so this is the way, if you're an entertainer, this is what you want to die. The way you want to die. I'm almost running out of space. Joe Hale Disney. And he was 99. So this is what they do when they drink from the Beast Cup, but they stay in the background. They stay in the background. They let you live like this. He spent 35 years as an animator. So again, he drank from the Beast Cup, but he stayed in the background. He received Oscar nomination for his work in 1979, which he was 40 years ago. So he's about my age. The Black Hole. He was 99. He died of natural causes. In between Alice in Wonderland, classic is Peter Pan, Lady and the Tramp, cartoons. So he did drink from the Beast Cup. And what is this one? This named all-time producer of The Black Cauldron, a project been languishing Disney about 7 years now, oversaw, including young Tim Burton and a big budget of $44 million. Sees dark fantasy disturbing during the test screening. New Disney chairman ordered the film to be re-edited again, and release was delayed. It grossed $22 million and cost $44 million. And he was fired from Disney in 1986. He got fired. His shit tanked. Chronicles of the Prydian Books. Oh, Prydian Books. Basically, all that did. The film began developing film to T.H. White's mistress, suppose. So, okay, so he drank from the Beast Cup, and he had a bomb. He didn't even he barely made half. Even after they re-edited it, he still wasn't a good movie. And that's why. So he drank from the Beast Cup, but he pretty much stayed back. And so when you stay back like that, when the numbers add up, that's when they call you home. That's when they take you. And that's the best way to go. That's really the best way to go is, because too many of them want to stay in the fame. They want that fame and they want to keep getting the fame. Fame is a hell of a drug. It really is. It's a hell of a drug. And a lot of people don't know, like once it gets taken away, as I always say, when the laughter dies in sorrow and they take that fame away, it's a hard thing to keep out of it. The video of the interview was a little somber, though. Seems as Cat felt sorry for Theo. Seems like he was biting his tongue and not saying what was on his mind. I might be biased, but I wanted to get on Steve Harvey and Cedric for what they did to Bernie. Yeah. Well, yeah, he touched on a little bit, but yeah, they double teamed him, and Cedric's not funny. Um, Steve Harvey is more corny than funny. Even his big break on what was it called, Def Jam, he wasn't funny. He was doing that dude's eye and going like this, and he had a big hole in his afro. So, and then he had his show where he wearing the sponge hair. Who's wearing the sponge hair? Oh, Notre Dame's coach wears the sponge hair, and then he gets the painted little baby hairs like in front, but he wears the sponge hair too. So it's funny. Hey, Jamar, what's happening?
You can't get too close to Michael, it's a foul.
Thank you for coming. So, yeah, Steve Harvey, you could tell, was a hater, and still is a hater, and only wanted to deal with brothers once they took that fame away, And to copy Mark Curry's show, I mean, he's dirty of the dirty. I mean, to bite off his show and do the same exact damn thing as Mark Curry's show. So, not a man that's easy to respect. And Sid, I told you before, I saw Eddie Griffin, D.L. Hewley, Charlie Murphy, and Sid. Sid closed the show, and he was the least funny. Eddie Griffin was the funniest of all of them. Eddie Griffin and Eddie Murphy was the funniest of all of them. Charlie Murphy, excuse me. Charlie Murphy was real funny. And this was maybe a month or two before he died, which I was surprised he was touring. But he was funny. But Eddie Griffin, even though he copied a Richard Pryor joke, I was like, that's Richard Pryor. And I still catch cats all the time using Richard Pryor jokes. Or they use his timing or his cadence. I agree about it was though Cat was sitting on a cliff, too scared to jump on Theo and other comedians. It's hard to tell what Cat feels. He's playing both sides. Indeed, he is. He is playing both sides. I have to check it out. He is playing both sides, no doubt. And so, yeah, it's hard to be Eddie Griffin offline of the truth. I saw him Saturday. Oh, you did? Okay, you just saw him Saturday. We waited too long to get the tickets, and he was here. He was at the casino here. Maybe before Christmas, maybe November, and I missed it. September, October, somewhere in there. You saw him last night. Yeah, Eddie Griffin's funny. He was the only one that was really funny. D.L. Hewley, I mean, average. Sid, none. Yeah, Sid definitely is not funny at all. I mean, he was like, man, I could have left. And people was leaving. And then this is how thirsty they were. They kept saying, it's not too late to get $100 to get all the pictures you want and backstage access. I was like, these motherfuckers is thirsty. They are so thirsty, they kept begging. Who wants to go backstage with them motherfuckers? Like, really? Really? Seeing you on that stage is enough. I ain't thirsty like that. I ain't starstruck. Some motherfuckers become starstruck. I ain't starstruck like that, Okay, he has a residency in Planet Hollywood in Vegas. We going in March. Okay. Yeah, he's funny. I hate we missed him too, because he was out at Mystic Lake. And it's, that place only probably sits about 400 or 500 people. So it'd have been very, very intimate. So I kind of hate I missed him. There's a couple people we missed. Robert Glasper was here again a couple weeks ago, and I missed him. So, though Cat doesn't say too much anymore because of what happened to him in the past. Did you get a sense of something off with him? Oh, okay. Well, I have to check. I can't say. I'll check it out. But he's he works for them. I mean, Sly was right. He's definitely controlled opposition. They say Stephen A. Smith considered potential Democratic presidential candidate. I mean, this shit is real. Look at this shit. They're already pushing this shit. Stephen A. Smith considered as a potential Democratic presidential candidate. Wow. So that's why The View, he's on these little shows talking politics, because they trying to put him on. I just don't see it. But again, and if you wonder why everything's happening so quickly, is, they got 2 years to get everything they want done. Because 2 years would be midterms, and midterms could be the change of power. So they're trying to do anything they can because of the change in power. Because if history shows you anything, They always, if you go in the first term having everything, and Obama was the same way. His first 2 years, he had everything, and then it changed. And that more than likely is what's going to happen in 2 years when the people vote. So they're trying to get as much done now as possible in the 2 years before they start getting blocked and filibustered. And then, by then, so maybe a lot of, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to gauge. It's really hard to gauge. We went with the in-laws with a bunch of different folks. Don't be sitting with us. So a bunch of folks. Okay, that's a cool way to go. That's a cool way to go. Yeah, I like going to the things at the casino. It's not their ballroom or where they have it. It's not very big. It's like a lower level and an upper level. I used to be cool with somebody that was in the tribe, but then my wife fell out with her friend, and she tried to throw, or not my wife, but my daughter's mother, the lady in the tribe. Oh, these still grade schools. Yeah, but it's hard to believe these motherfuckers was still in the outlet. $200. And this is grade school, but man, still, what is this? Is this older size? No, it looks like still grade school. Yeah, still grade school, but $200. Couldn't do it. Those are my least favorite anyway. I don't own a pair of twos. I don't wear threes. I like twos. I wear fives on up. I wear 1 and 2s, and I wear 5s. And 1s ain't comfortable. But I put my insoles in them, and they're bearable. I wonder if we count her. When did she pass? She died Saturday. I don't know if we include her. She sold furniture. I don't know if she'd be included, but her name is Doris Briner, longtime head of Dior Home Furnishing. I don't know. She doesn't appear to be famous, so I'm not going to take that one. I'm sounding like the Grim Reaper and shit. I'm not going to take that one. Yeah, I already said her. Marina Faithful. We already did her last time I came on. Let me see if there's one play I can find. Let me see. And I was talking about the Super Bowl, and what we know is, because somebody was given, let me see, what was the breakdown they gave? They said they released the script, and the script showed Chiefs. I think Willie D said this. Chiefs down by 2 touchdowns. Then Kelsey catches a game-winning touchdown, and then he announces that he's marrying Swift after the game. So that was his script. But we know at some point, and that's what's fucking the NFL up, because Roger Goodell didn't answer the question when they said about the refs. He didn't say they were bad or nothing. He was like he did double talk, but the refs have been favoring. I mean, it's like. And it's almost like it's fair game against all the brothers except him. Because we saw late hits on all the brothers. We saw Hurst get hit out of bounds. We saw Lamar get hit out of bounds, no call. So it's a double standard of the fix. It's fixed where don't give them those extra calls. And then the first down calls was more so ridiculous. And I've said plenty of times, they try to get you to talk about it. But I really think, and it's like the NBA. The NBA's viewership is down. Now, people are excited about Kendrick Lamar. I don't think people are excited about the game because they don't anticipate it. They know at some point they're going to do something for favor for the Chiefs. They know that. They know that at one point of the game, the referees, the league is going to help the Chiefs. They just know it. And that's why I wanted to show, let me see. Okay, let me see if I can find this.
Hey everybody, it's Kate.
Oh, I got the sound turned off anyway. I want to see this key play that really gave them the game. It really gave them the game. Oh, shit. Another fucking commercial. 2 commercials. I'll be damned. Because I'm trying to find, this got to be the drive here. Wow, this is 4 commercials they've showed on this shit. Is this the play here? I think it is. Let's see. All right. One play decided this game. Is this it? Come on, come on. They got a fucking timeout. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Nope, right here. Nope, a little further. But right here, let me show this. This is what we expect to see during a crucial moment of the game. Right here. Flag. Flag to help the Chiefs. 35-35, a minute left. They would have probably got the field goal no matter what. But flag to help the Chiefs. And we know that at some point in the game when they play again, we're going to expect the same thing. And that's how long the cheating for them has been. I mean, somebody been showing a video of Brady, and Brady got smashed a bunch. Brady, remember, they knocked Brady out of season when they broke his leg. They went low on Brady and hurt his leg. And that's when they ruled that you couldn't hit people low anymore, when they broke Brady's leg. So Mahomes, they don't let him get near the contact. So I'm going to show this play there. I'll probably get a copyright, but it ain't long. All right. Now, again, they like to run the tights. They like to run their trips like this, because this is trips. Even though he's spread out, we basically got 3 receivers, but he's tight. And they really like this tight to keep this guy tight. This is who we're watching, is him up there. And look, a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're getting maximum pressure look. Look what he runs. Kind of a dig and out. This is called like a dig and out. Comes in and runs the quick digs. And then Wes Walker made this route famous. And look at that. Hand fighting both of them. Look at this. No contact whatsoever. And they called the play is gone. They called a penalty. And this gave them the game. Now, again, they are in field goal range, but that's what we expect to happen. We expect that a penalty is going to help the Chiefs win again. So, Corion, how you doing?
You can't get too close to Michael. It's a foul.
Hugh Izzy.
You can't get too close to Michael. It's a foul.
You know why I stopped doing basket manipulations? Because I've done it since 16. I've uploaded basket manipulation on my old channel that I started in 14. I think, man, now but back then I was loading them on Facebook instead of YouTube. So I think the first YouTube loaded was on my old channel was probably 16. Yeah, I think I did do that Draymond Green, because Draymond Green shot one and the ball's rotating. And this was 16, because I found it on Facebook. I think I downloaded them both. And the ball's rotating, and it gets to the basket. The ball stops rotating and drops in. That was the best one. But it's like, I mean, it's like beating a dead horse. How even though I show it every year, what does it matter? It don't really matter. It doesn't really matter. And despite, I've said before, my best video was when Zach showed the video of Dame Dollar shooting over George. And and beating OKC. That was my best viewed video of all time, and that one did 100,000 views when Zach shared it. He didn't spread none of that bread with me that 100,000 views back then made, but so it's like beating a dead horse. Like I can just keep showing it all day, but what does it matter? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. So that's the only reason I really don't load those anymore, because I've done it so much. I put so much work out there that like you could go back and see LeBron. When LeBron hit that deep one, it shows manipulation. It shows the ball moving and the ball curving. So I don't know. It's just, how many times can I keep showing that? El Dragon, Amaroon Khan, and the Calm. Thank you for joining.
You can't get too close to Michael. It's a foul.
The new Dude Perfect Warehouse, where they showcase their magnetic system on a basketball court that works with basketballs. And no, I have not. Dude Perfect Warehouse. Okay. Because I think I showed it the first time I saw where you could buy, it was a soccer ball. You could buy soccer, and it was a ball that would bend them like Beckham. So I watched a commercial. It was two commercials. It was one commercial and two. At first they showed the soccer ball that you could make it bend like Beckham. You could program the ball and the ball would curve. It would automatically curve. It would go straight and curve. And so Beckham had the same thing. But the second part of the commercial was the single grip glove. It was or was it? No, it was both. You could get both. No, the first time I saw it, it was the single grip glove, the single one. So you could have one glove, because that was the second part of that soccer commercial. It was, you could have one glove and they had a ball that matched it, and you could catch the grip glove with one ball. Now, Lorenzo shared one that I saw that showed the two gloves, and they showed the electronics put in the football, and they showed high school boys. And maybe I've got that somewhere, but that was the other one. So they've had that technology around, and it's like in the NFL, we saw with the helmet with the Giants that they can use the helmet to electrify to hold the ball in. Because remember, the dude caught it with the helmet. I mean, you think that was natural, to holding it like this on your helmet? Now I admit I did catch a ball like this. I caught a ball like this. I caught it against my arm. I'd admit that. He's playing Bethune-Cookman. I ran a curl. The ball was low. I was able to get it on my arm, get my arm under it, and I did catch it like that. But like this is ridiculous. That was help. So that's all. There's a Wilson sports pad for basketball with magnetic capabilities. I can share the patent number if y'all are interested. Okay. Well, another ball that you got to remember that came out was Kobe's ball. Remember, Kobe's ball had electronics in it where it could count your dribbles and stuff. Remember that? That was Kobe's ball. Hugh Easy, what do I think about Wemby? Wemby reminds me of Ralph Sampson, a lot like Ralph Sampson. What made Ralph special more like Ralph, I've said before, Ralph was stupid. Ralph could have played with the Lakers, and Ralph didn't. Ralph stayed in school an extra year. Player of the year, I think 3 years in a row, if not all 4 years. But Ralph, the angles, and I saw Ralph play a lot, but the angles that he could make baskets, I imagine Wilt was the only other person that could hit all those different angles, and Ralph was like, but Ralph could handle the ball. Wemby doesn't handle the ball as well as Ralph Sampson. Ralph Sampson could handle the ball, and Ralph Sampson could have a monster pull-up that nobody could deal with. I mean, he had a nice pull-up game too, and he would get so high. I never saw anybody block his shot. And I've told this before. You know how bad the ACC cheated him? They put the three-point line inside of the free throw. So when you shot from the top of the key, you was inside the free throw. That was to hurt Ralph Sampson. They called it giving the other teams a chance. So I imagine that it was like a 24-foot shot. You was shooting inside the key, you was shooting from the inside the free throw line. You know, the round the key. You was shooting inside of that. So that was their way, and that's why North Carolina State won the ACC tournament and ended up winning it all. And that was terribly fixed. And as I pointed out, the first really fully basket manipulated game was Villanova and Georgetown, where Villanova shot 71% from the field. Jensen, I think his name was it Scott Jensen, or is that a skater? But Jensen had 20 some points. He averaged 2 during the season. All of a sudden, he's going 7 for 7 in the finals. So that was the first manipulated national game. Now we've had, I've said the first manipulated shot was Ericsson's miss in 64. Yeah, they made Ericsson's shot go out. That was the first one. And then we know the second one was the Don Nelson shot. So it looks like when they invented it, they could only do one shot at a time. Then they did Don Nelson's shot. And then the third one was Jerry West's shot. Then we go to 84. We see Ralph Sampson just throw it over his shoulder and go in. I mean, literally just throw it behind his head. And it went in. It was such bullshit. And so, and I've said before, you could hear the difference in the college manipulation system and the pros. College used to be real rattly. When they would help manipulate it, it rattled. NBA wasn't quite like that. And then the NBA, what you started seeing is them being able to manipulate it with a hard swish. I mean, it would swish like sometime when the ball swish, it don't even move the net. But what the NBA started doing their manipulation is that they must have been some kind of magnet or attraction in the net, because you started seeing really hard swishes. If you followed it, like you would really see it swish hard. Like, I mean, super, because sometimes the ball go in and don't even touch the net. Well, you wasn't seeing that. You was seeing the net move quite a bit. Like Steph would shoot it and that net would like move extra hard. So that's how they started, because people said, well, it hits the rim. And Kawhi Leonard's shot, come on, there's no argument with that shot. Bounce, 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 bounce. Come on, that was impossible. So that was mocking people, So it's all needed to be sure you were absolutely correct about basket manipulation. Well, thank you. That's why. Patton, okay. I'll research that. CUS 201 1. Oh no, 4. I don't write the same either. 4 C1 4. Let's see. 140 224. Okay, yeah, 19502 A1. Okay. You need to be sure you were absolutely correct. Wilson Sports Patent shows us middle tracking technology and court and the ball. The missile technology. Yeah. The missile technology. But the other part is what you saw too is me and Zach Hubbard talked about this. I think the summer of 17 is Flubber, the movie Flubber. The movie Flubber was about they found a rubber that you could manipulate. They found a rubber and the ball was like basically what later became a Super Ball. But the Flubber you could put on your shoes. So these dudes just jump into the ceiling, but they slamming and shit, the other team, because showing a way to manipulate the game. They got enhanced with the Flubber, and that's what the original black and white Flubber was. So they were showing you that back then that they could manipulate the game. That was kind of preparing you. But Flubber, the players would put on their shoes and they could jump 30 feet in the air. It gets so ridiculous of the mocking where they jump to the ceiling and they're up holding on the rafters and they let back go. Force is force when you come down, You might come down harder and it shoots you through the roof. So, but that was just showing you that they can manipulate games. So. Yeah, and the missile guidance system technology that came. I'm not quite sure on Jerry West's shot if they had the missile technology, but we know that when Steph came in and before, but we definitely know they were at their peak when Steph first came in. And it was such a poor script when Steph came in. And I've said this many, many times. When they was letting Steph shoot it from half court, you know what their script was? Blow teams out in the fourth quarter, and then we ain't got the first quarter. Blow teams out, be up by 20 in the first quarter, and you keep the 20-point lead the whole game. That's how they hid Steph from having to play, especially playing defense. Because remember, when they played LeBron then was going at Steph every time because he's always been a weak defender. And I think he suffered, too, from, he had the ankle injuries from wearing them bullshit shoes. Truth be told. Truth be told. Sorry, I don't mean to spell. But I think, you know, that's another thing is that, you know, wearing those bullshit shoes, you know, he suffered. He suffered from wearing them sorry ass shoes. So I had a video of Bronny James going for a layup in Cleveland. He lost the ball in the air and it was going crazy, damn near zigzagging. They was probably trying to help it. They was probably trying to give it some help to make it. And I think Bronny's going to be a surprise. I think he's a more skilled Patrick Beverly. I think he's more skilled as Patrick Beverly, willing to play the same kind of defense. But again, Patrick Beverly hurt Westbrook on purpose. That's why he was in the league for so long. He took Westbrook's knee out on purpose. So that's why they kept him hanging around. But a hell of a Chicago legend. I think he averaged 30-something a game in high school. So, oh shit, I'm gone this long. Okay. I didn't realize I had gone so long. Man, that candle smells good and it's not fucking with my allergies. I'm quite surprised. So yeah, it's not that I gave up on it. It's just, you know, it's by then, you know, unless it's really, really obvious. We saw one tonight. We saw the Cleveland game. The way he pulled up, that shot was definitely helped. And maybe I'll go back and make a video of that one because that shot was definitely helped. If you looked at the way he shot that shot was definitely helped. And the guidance system is better. It's a little better now. But if you watch that ball, the way and the telltale again, the way the net moves, it's a different way it moves when they help it. Because I mentioned that 2 or 3 years ago that you could see that the net started playing a part in the way they manipulate shots. That there's something added in the net that was helping shots too. So wasn't just all the rim, the backboard. You know, the net has something to do with it too. I started catching the way it was coming. And that shot, look that shot up. The shot, Maxey? No, that's the Cleveland cat that's in the All-Star game, the guard. Saxon. Is it Saxon? Saxon hit that shot. So, the missile tech is new, right? Yeah, right. Well, I'll say yes and no. It's not necessarily new, because the guidance system comes from them building bombs and Nazis making them bombs. That's where the actual guidance system, because the V2s didn't have a guidance system, but what happened when they started making them Apollo planes, they started making guided missiles. So when they were shooting missiles, remember they, what is it called? When you can guide the missile. Remember that? They would shoot that missile out and the missile would be in a camera and they're able to guide the missile. Remember those kind of missiles? I can't think of what those missiles is called. But that's and that's basically the system that they used, just to a little smaller thing. But it was it was guided missiles. But it was another name for those guided missiles. But they put the cameras on those missiles and they shoot the missiles and they could guide them. They want to hit a bunker, boom. You know, you can guide it in to hit the bunker. Kind of like the drones, you know, the way they can guide the drones now. Very similar. You know, so the technology is, you know, it's new. Like when I go to see the Timberwolves play, you know, I always take pictures of the ceiling. I try to see, you know, what is around, because it's got to be all around. And you know, when I take pictures of the backboards, it's so many electronics in the backboards, it doesn't make sense. They got the clock up there, some buzzing lights and shit. It is a million things connected to that backboard. So to say it's not possible, no, it's right in front of your eyes. It's possible. We definitely see it plugged in, so we know it's plugged in. So, yeah. But yeah, it helped Curry. Definitely Curry's whole career. Curry was, again, chosen. He was chosen. That's why, you know, now it's just, you know, them bombs ain't believable. And you know, his size, he's been beat up again. And then, you know, that for them to try to say they ain't good because of Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, what? He ain't even starting for Dallas anymore, I don't think. I don't even think he's starting. I mean, you know, they have loyalty with him, but he can't guard anybody. He's not quick off the picks. So no reason to pay him. No reason to pay him what he wanted, because he wasn't worth it. It's something with that keypad that's on the basketball post in the NBA games too. Yeah, very well could be. Very well could be. Plus the mega screens. Yeah. Especially like in Bomber has, and with the Clippers screen go all the way around. You know, it goes all the way around. Timberwolves just have, I think, one big one. Vikings have a couple big ones, but I think Timberwolves is just the big one up top, I think. All right. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago I was up in there. We was looking for tickets. Damn, what was it? 250. Who's coming in? Somebody played tonight. Giannis is coming in. Oh, OKC is playing. What did she say? Playing, I think next week. And for decent seats on the first level, she said it was 250. 250. Like if you sit under the basket or on the side of the basket, it was 250. So for us to go to the game, we was gonna have to drop 5. And I just don't think it's worth it. And then Giannis coming in, I think the tickets dropped to tickets went up for Giannis to come in the following week. So it was like the low to sit on the lower level was 5, 250 a piece. So it was 5. Giannis was 3 something. Now for OKC to sit up high, it was 65. Giannis to sit up high, it was 100 something. Now, when you sit on the highest level, there's some front seats that it ain't too bad. If you can get those seats, that's the only seats I'll sit on. If I go up the upper level, there's a rail. There's like 4 of them around the court where you're like on the first seats, the first row of the upper level. That's not a bad vantage point. I've watched games from up there. But when you go further up that wall, man, they get smaller and smaller. So not very exciting. Not very exciting. And I've always had pretty much had good seats. I've only sat in the upper deck one time. And I told the story about J.R. Ryder. I asked him to give me some tickets, and this motherfucker gets me tickets. I go to the wheel call, and I'm saying upper deck. And I'm thinking, it was like against Utah or something. And so I'm like looking at the tickets. I'm like, upper deck? So we go up, and this motherfucker got me tickets all the way, like high as you could go in that motherfucker. Sometimes them seats ain't even open. I'm like, this motherfucker here. And so we end up walking down because they let us go to the second level. But this motherfucker had given me seats, and he had to go out his way to get them seats. I mean, them seats, your back was against the wall in that motherfucker. And the last time I saw him, he laughed. He's like, how you like them seats? I'm like, man, that's fucked up. I'm like, that's fucked up. Yeah, you gave me free tickets, but you gave me tickets up there that you had to ask for to get them. They ain't like they just giving them up. It was against Utah. And, Karl Malone and Stockton. So the place wasn't near packed. That's why we was able to go to the lower level. The ushers just like, go ahead. Wasn't nobody up in there. But I told you before, I saw Kobe. It was a storm. And this might have been 10. This might have been 10 or, no, it might have been earlier than that. It might have been 8 or 9. Probably 8, I'm guessing. And we had a blizzard here. But when they have blizzards here, the buses still run. So I caught the bus downtown because I was living on the north end of town. Caught the bus down there, saw a scalper, and nobody was going. And I think it was maybe 2,000-3,000 people in the joint. Wasn't many people there. And so scalper I got a good price on the tickets, and I went up in there and motherfucking watched Kobe. Turned out the Timberwolves. Who'd they have? Jefferson? Was Jefferson still there? I think in 08, maybe Garnett was still there in 08. I don't quite remember. I don't quite remember if Garnett was there when Kobe was there. I don't quite remember. That was quite a while ago. So I got to see Kobe in the snowstorm. And they, for nobody in there, they put on a show. He hooped on the motherfuckers. So. Ant-Man hit 49. I saw that. And we can't get their channels. We got to pay extra for that bullshit. Now it's Bally's. It's on Bally channel. And I got YouTube TV, and YouTube TV right now they don't fuck with Bally. And I could, get the NBA thing, but that shit just ain't worth it. That shit really ain't worth it. Watch out, it's enough free games. So yeah, I saw the ad score because there was a home tonight. Tonight might have been the night to go. Might have found cheaper. Oh shit! I ain't show it. Oh, here we go. Oh, right here. Yeah, tonight might have been the go. Oh, so y'all fucking with these? I know I'm a fucking shoe junkie. When I look at these, I like this trim right here. That trim right there is kind of sweet. because it looks like a little bit of white stitching right here. Now I fucks with these. Probably look better with black, but Jordan wore Jordan wore the white shoestrings. That's why they got the white. I don't know. I'm still kind of up in the air for it. I got 3 pair of shoes I ain't even wore yet. And, they are $200, which, that ain't no big deal, but kind of like these, though. Kind of like these. PJ say, damn right. You fucking with him, too. I'm going to go talk to my man, because I know my man that works at Dick's Sports. He got a discount, and I wonder if I give him the bread, will he get me these for $180 something, because they're $210, I think. So I was gonna go see him today, but when I went out to the outlet, I wasn't feeling so cool. Oh, on the other hand, look at these though. Other hand, these are more comfortable shoes. They don't keep their value as much as these, but damn, these are, I don't know. They calling my name too. These I don't care about. I've got enough Air Force Ones. They're only selling them in certain places. So I ain't fighting to get these. Or these. I remember my boy had a pair of these when I moved to Michigan at 85. He was so hyped on these. I'm looking like, yeah, I'm not getting them. Them ain't comfortable to hoop in. But there's a lot of hype around them. So if that's your thing. But yeah, I'm not trying to get them or these. I don't know. It's a toss up between these and these. Because I think these are slightly cheaper. I'd have to look at Nike, what the price is. So. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna pick them up. I'm gonna go talk to my man Anthony tomorrow. See if I can get him to hold me a pair. He wore both with white and black laces. Yeah. So I fucks with 5s, 5 till 15s. Yeah, 5 to 15s is what I fuck with. 1s, 2s, 5 to 15s. And I got 37, 38, and 39s. So I like the newer ones. I like the last 3-year newer ones. Because what I play pickleball is in the 38s I got married in. Oh, and I played pickleball. Yes, I played pickleball again Tuesday. Your boy is back. Man, it's like think of it like this. Say you just hoop once a week. So you go that first week, you a little out of shape. But you notice when you go that second week, you're in better shape that second week. And then the third week, you're even in better shape. And by the 4th week, it's like your body gets used to just doing that one thing once a week. So like the first week, it didn't really show that how dominant I was. I was still kind of rusty. Yeah, last week I almost pickled two teams 2 times. Almost, I really don't like pickling people, and that's when you win 11-0. But it was like, matter of fact, we let them come back. I kind of took it easy, and then some of the ladies just ain't that good. But I just like playing. Like the first week I went, when they would hit it over my head, it was just like, yeah, that I can't get that. But this time I was anticipating and starting to go backwards and hustling back and getting that motherfucker. So again, I need to join another gym and play every day. That's the goal, to start playing every day. The first week, my asthma fucked with me a little bit, but not this time. And I wore the Jordan 38s. The whole time, and they really performed well. And again, I've said I'm playing on that old tile floor. Even though it was dirty, the shoes still did well. So I tried a couple pair. I tried those NXT LeBrons. They didn't do well. They did well outside for me last year, but they didn't do well on the court. So then I'm gonna get a $300 paddle when I start playing outside. Because I didn't really use the paddle I got now. I had it maybe going on a year and a half, but I didn't use it I got sick last year, so I didn't really play a lot. Oh, now I don't know if I fuck with these or not. I don't know if I fuck with these. I don't think I would. Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with these. These men's. Jordan signed by Herfield, fighter jets, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't like the colors. Doesn't say if these are men or women's. There goes a close-up look. Yeah, fuck these shoes. I ain't buying them. Translucent outsoles look great, fresh out of the box, but develop yellowing and wear and age. Additionally, price relatively higher end for General 5 release. Yeah. Doesn't say if these are women's or men's. Jordan Retro 13s, the 15, what? I don't know what this is, why it's scrambling. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get these though. Nah, I'm cool on them. They gotta be in the lady. Yeah, that's why I'm wondering if those ladies. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get them. I have the last pair of breed ones. Oh, okay, you did. Okay, you got the breed one. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking these are for the ladies. It doesn't say though. It doesn't say that they're just for the ladies though. But yeah, the way they look, you would think. But yeah, I'm not fucking with them. I don't know, y'all. I love clothes, like hats. You know, I ain't buying any more baseball hats because I've got probably 100 baseball hats, if not more. I mean, you see those two totes. Let's go right there and right there are full. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 in my closet full of hats. Yeah, 12. So each of them so maybe I got about 150 baseball hats. And my dress hats, this year or this season, I bought 5 or 6 dress hats. Because some of my dress hats I've had since 10. My black Godfather hat that I took pictures with when I got married, I've had that hat since 10. This box right here, this hat, I've had that hat since probably 14, 15, because that store ain't even there. The hat store I bought this hat. I've got 2 hats, like my derby hat and this bowler hat, which is it's like a derby, but it's skinny brimmed. That store ain't even at the mall anymore. It was a nice hat store. So when I go out, I mostly wear Kangos. You know, and I got probably Kangos. Wow. I probably got 10 to 12 Kangos. And I've been buying Kangos since I was a young man. I don't know. It's like, it's like a drug. Buying shoes is like a drug. You know, the next drug. When's the next drug coming? When's the next drug coming? It's always a new pair. It's always a new pair. Oh, now this is a pair. Randy Brewer had these. He was just selling these, the original pumps. And these cost $200 back in I was coaching, so 87 or 88. 87 or 88, they had these. The original pumps. Here we go. Launch Air Jordans in 84. These look like 3s, 4s. These are for 1s and 4s. Everybody's had some penny loafers, combat boots, jellies. What are these? Look like the same loafers. Colorful sneakers. Just colorful sneakers, huh? Electric roller skates? I don't remember them. And they pump it, yeah. He was selling his too. I saw him on Marketplace, and I think somebody bought these motherfuckers. Dominique. These were the Dominiques. But these were 200 back in, and that was a lot of money back then. And one of my freshmen had a pair. His people got some money, and they bought him them. And I didn't get that model. I got another model though. I think I got the D Brown model, and that's the one when I was reffing. I had just bought them, and I don't even think, maybe I hooped in them one time, maybe not. I can't quite remember. But when I reffed, we reffed all week. We were down in Fort Wayne at Indiana Purdue. Yeah, Indiana Purdue. Yeah, Fort Wayne, Indiana Purdue. It's FT Fort Wayne. It's FWIP, Indiana Purdue at Fort Wayne. That's where the tournament was. And so we were doing 10 games a day. I mean, we made the first week we made $700-800. The second week we made $700-800. I mean, this was in like 7 days. So it was the little children the first 3 days and the older people the second 3 days. And I made, I think, $1,400. And they paid for the hotel. They paid for the food. And so I saw a young man that was hooping with some raggedy track shoes. And I just, after the end of the game, I was like, It's like, man, you want these? And he looked at me like, maybe he wants something. Nah, I was like, look, you want these or not? Can you use these? And he's kind of looking at me, and then I just gave them to him. I was like, here, hoop in these the rest of the time you here. Because it was the first day, so he was gonna play a lot more basketball. So I was like, man, take these. Because he wore, I think it was 13s back then too. And because I had 3 other pair. Matter of fact, when I went down there, I bought the Shocks, and I hated them. That's where I bought those Shocks, those Jerry Stackhouse. I hated them. And I didn't buy them to ref in. I had a couple other pairs of shoes to ref in, but I bought those Shocks because they had a little place where you could buy shit, and they had the Shocks, and I bought them Stackhouse. That shit hurt my feet. Buying them Shock shoes. That shit hurt my feet like a motherfucker. Should have gave the nigga the Shocks. But I don't think I had bought them yet. I think after I gave him a pair, I went and bought the Shocks to try them. Didn't like them at all. Not comfortable. And I remember the other refs looked at me, was like, do you know him? I'm like, nah, I ain't never seen the motherfucker in my life before. You know, motherfucker needed some shoes. It's just like that. That's all. Now, like maybe one day, you know, he'll do a favor to somebody just for out of the goodness of his heart. He was looking at me like, damn, you think I'm is it candy? You trying to entice me or something? Like, nah, motherfucker. I said, either I said, look, it don't matter if you want the shoes or not. He's like, oh, I'll take them. I'm like, yeah, I figured so. Here you go. Never saw him again. Never reffed any more of his games. So, well, I'm an hour and 40 minutes. So I think I'm going to call it. It's like halftime show is the only thing really you look forward to. Just as we saw in the last Super Bowl, they're going to keep it close. They're going to have it close. It's going to look like the Eagles can pull it off, but they're going to let the Chiefs win. They have they've cheated for him all year. So why ain't they going to keep cheating for him? I mean, he is their cash cow. And you have to look at it almost as a light-skinned, dark-skinned thing. The way Lamont got the late hits, they didn't call nothing. The way Lamar, or the way Hurst got the late hit, the way Lamar got the late hits, they ain't call nothing. Then this cat, you get near him, it's the flag. Now, will they do the opposite? Maybe so. Maybe we'll see the opposite and they let the Eagles win. Doubtful. If Willie D's right, they're going to, let Kelsey catch the game-winning shot, and then he's going to say the engagement after the game. So maybe there's something to that. I don't know. So I'm going to be live at the game. I'm not going to my brother's-in-law. I got to get my stand out, so I ain't got to hold it. Yeah, here's my stand. Where's the rest of it at? Rest of it's in here somewhere. I think. Bottom piece got to be in here somewhere. So I'll have it. If not, I got other things to make the motherfucker stand up. They'd stand up like that. I got the bottom in here somewhere. So, but, we all look like we facing tough times. There's no way to get away from that. I supported Trump. Did I expect the things to be the way they are? Yes and no. I thought whoever won was going to be tough times. It's funny when Trump said that America's going to take Gaza, dude looked at him, and dude was shook. You could tell that dude, Netanyahu, Bibi, he was shook. When they interviewed him afterwards, he didn't know what to say. That Gaza Strip holds 1 million people, y'all. 1 million people. And he's talking about displacing 1 million people. And he kind of did an inference of they killed 500,000 people. It was definitely ethnic cleansing. And he acted like he was with that, even though he wasn't in charge of doing that. But definitely ethnic cleansing. And that's what they wanted all along. They wanted that. They wanted that beachfront. They wanted the whole thing. Those people had a few acres and what people don't talk about is how they bombed the shit out of them in early October of, what was that, early 24? They bombed the shit out of them. So they just retaliated. But they played right into the hands of what they wanted. And then they just started killing women and children. Indiscriminately bombing. Ambulances go in there. They bombing the ambulances. intimidation. If you try to come in here and help these people, we're going to bomb you. And a bunch of people got killed. So it's tough times. Is Jim Crow coming back? It almost seems so. I mean, most of the direction is to help European men, even over European women, because that's who helped DEI was with European women, but it helped European men too. I mean, what was it? What was the statistic I read? Almost 100,000 people across the country, men, European men, making 300 and some thousand, lost their jobs. And you know, like letting the man have access to all the records, the health records. Now, of course, there was a lot of abuse by Democrats, no doubt. Money, all the money that's sent to Afghanistan, and their own people. And so, a lot of wasteful spending the Democrats did. They built a hotel that they spent $400 million from in Afghanistan. They never used it. They pulled out before they used it. They spent $35 million on a base in the middle of the desert, middle of the mountains that none of the military people wanted. So it's a lot of wasteful spending. And as I said before with Harris, that was just a money grab. They knew she couldn't win. It was a money grab. She paid her cronies out $1 billion, and they spent all the money. In 100 days, this chick spent $1 billion in 100 days. So you can't tell me it was nothing but a money grab. They knew they were going to lose. It was a money grab. They were finally going to pay people off and wait these 2 years and see what happens. But let's make this clear. All of them want this. The Democrats said back, all of them want this. This is something all of them want. And I would, as Ancestral Productions does, it does look like, we're going into The Man in the High Castle. We're going into Buzz. Remember, what was it called? Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future. Remember that the last one, that Buzz, I think his name, Buzz was the president. I mean, it's, and they showed the destruction of America. I mean, I definitely think I think that's the desperation, because the way they're acting now is a very desperate way. It's like they're very desperate. And so what history has showed us, when the European controllers lose their control, they start to lose their control. The only way they know to gain control is violence. And that's what we saw in the 1890s after Reconstruction. Violence and control and threats. That's what they know. I'm shaking my feet and I'm shaking the TV, the cameras, bro. So, but all you can do is live your best life and be you. And only worry if today was good or not. That's all you can really worry about. You can't worry about tomorrow. You can just worry about today. Is things working out for you today? And if they are, that's great. Oh, I went to see Valiant One. Tuesday, probably all around the country, Tuesday is $5 movies. So Valiant One is about, they're in Korea. All right. They're in Korea. And they have to go out on a mission they're in South Korea, excuse me. They're in South Korea, and they have to go fix some equipment somewhere in the demilitarized zone. So they go there, and a storm comes. Now, this is what's so ironic. Before they went, they didn't know a storm was coming. Before you sent that expensive helicopter out there with the men on it, you didn't know a storm was coming. You would have known. So they send them out there, like, hey, you guys need to come back. A storm's coming. So they didn't even get to do the work. On the way back, they get hit by lightning. They crash. And they find out they crashed in North Korea. And they're saying they can't send help, that they got to get a checkpoint to go back to the demilitarized zone so they can, the Delta Force. So they show them going, they show them avoiding the officers that go look at the helicopter crash. One dude, blows up a platoon of North Koreans. He's like, they come, and then he throws a grenade at them. It blows them all up. He's stuck. This motherfucker is stuck in a tree where, like, when they hit the tree came into him and was part of his body then, so they couldn't get him out. They're carrying one of their comrades, and my wife was like, I was like, why did they carry him? Because they had to drag him. And when you're trying to get away, you don't want to leave a trail. They would have just followed. All they had to do is follow the drag marks. They finally build him a little cot, and then they make it to this North Korean house. They finally build the dude, what do they call it? A little cot to carry him in. So they go to this North Korean house, and they have a little standoff, and the guy don't want to kill him. They let him come in, and they get nice and stuff. Then the next morning, the dude on patrol falls asleep, and here comes the South Koreans. So they all hide and shit. And the South Koreans find a dead American in the garage because the dude from the plane crash who was in charge, he dies in the garage. He's the one they was carrying that was leaving the trail. So the North Koreans shoot the mother and father. They got a little girl, and the Americans take the little girl with them. They kill that group. What was interesting, they showed North Korea driving a car that you put, it was a steam operated car. You build a fire and you put wood in the back of the truck and made the truck go. Engine. So anyway, they have to make it to this tunnel. They get in the tunnel. The North Koreans is waiting on the other side because it's in the demilitarized zone. So they're fighting in the tunnel, and you just know that the Americans are gonna come from the other side. Like the North Koreans come in and start fighting them, and they're running out of ammo and shit. And the Americans right behind them are gonna come in. And sure enough, here comes the Americans. They catch them all in the middle and they kill them, and they take these motherfuckers to safety and the little girl, which they kidnap. So, Valiant One. We saw it on the small screen, and the Valiant One didn't have a poster, but I collect these posters, and this is called Companion. I don't know why our eyes is like that and shit. I ain't even seen the commercial for this. This is not a new movie. This movie came out the 31st. So they give the posters out. I take them. My goal is one day to just put all these motherfuckers in frames and build a movie room. So I don't know. Companion. But Valiant One wasn't shit. Oh, Biff. That's his name, Biff. Yeah, that's right, Biff, not Buzz, Biff. Yeah, Biff Tannen. Yeah, Biff. That's the times. We living in the times of Biff, I'm looking at the same thing, the destruction of America. And rich people want it. They're already making their plans. Rich people want this. And I said before, Man in the High Castle, where they fake losing. And it would make more sense to bring, because I don't see U.S. troops, even though they pass laws that say U.S. troops can kill American citizens now, I don't see them passing laws. I don't see U.S. troops turning on the American people like that. Even the National Guard. Not killing in large numbers, not locking up in large numbers. But they let those nasty Chinese people come in here and act like the Pacific Fleet got defeated, which they would do. They would fake like the Pacific Fleet got defeated. They've already made agreements with these people. You can slave this amount of, you can kill this amount of people. You can slave this amount of people. So we are the majority again. This is new. Must have got the update. So, I mean, think about it. Like Israel is the last colonial, where they are fighting, last colonial country that America is backing. And so the colonialism is coming to an end. I doubt Iran wants to fight. I mean, they're all, and really, maybe even China don't really want to fight because of bread. They sell so many things. And like even, I showed the stocks and everything. The peso fell to 50 cents. The Canadian money is 68 cents. But the Chinese money is like 12 cents to the dollar. So do you really think these tariffs is hurting us when they're yen? And my wife's like, no, it's not how they're trading in America. No, they're not. their whatever their money's called is worth 1.2 something, 12 cents. It's worth 12 cents to a dollar. So whatever they do, I mean, their stuff is still cheap to buy. They put the tariffs on it, it's gonna make it probably 50 cents. So they can deal with that. So I heard people complaining, oh, I can't get my Temu. I can't get my Sheen. Don't. Those Sheen clothes have poison in them. That Temu stuff is the cheapest of the cheap. You don't know what chemicals is in that stuff. People just aren't smart. That Sheen stuff, don't wear that stuff. Stay away from that kind of stuff. It's got chemicals in it that you don't want that stuff near your skin. I don't care how cheap it is. And cheap don't last, I got clothes. I mean, polo lasts forever. Really. Keep the shit hung up, lasts forever. And I've said before, polo, Nike copied tech from polo. Because I got my my polo tech before Nike tech. They the ones that came up with it. And then the British dudes talking about they was the first one to wear Nike tech. Now get the fuck out of here. Shit is made in America. Americans, we've been wearing sweatsuits since what? I've been wearing sweatsuits since 74. No, let me see, 76. I got my first sweatsuit. It was my high school colors. I was still in junior high, but it was the high school colors. And my boy stole my pants. I come out from the shower, my fucking pants are gone. He left the top, but this nigga stole my pants. And then the nigga came to school, he had spilled bleach or something on him. So he had fucked him up. So he came to school wearing them because they was fucked up. So I took that motherfucker's when he had a jean jacket, I took his jean jacket. I made him give it to me. I didn't take it. I'm like, where the jean jacket at? And he gave it to me. So he called me. That nigga called me. I've known that nigga since we was 4 years old. He called me last week. So I've been wearing sweatsuits. I had the Adidas back in 80, 81. Shit was sweet. The blue bottoms and the beige with the blue sleeves, blue and beige. I had all the shiny ones. I had all that shit. Lecoq Sportif. The LL Cool J wore and I Need Love. I had all that shit. Lecoq Sportif. That shit was sweet shit too. I had the white one and I had the blue and white one. For some reason, Small Battle Creek had them. So I always have wore sweatsuits. I had shit. I still got bunch of hoodies, bunch of sweatpants. Damn, Muhammad Ali gonna have an Amazon series called The Greatest? Okay. Oh, what'd they give this cat on, let me see, how much bread did they give him? Let me see, they're saying how much bread they giving this dude. They don't tell him how much bread. Some of these college players, I'm telling you, paying the college players is great. To me, if I'm able to get 10 million out of college, or even 15 million, 20 million, I'm only playing a year or two in the pros. I'm not going to beat my body up. If I'm lucky and don't get hurt, I'll get the pension. I think you got to play 6 years to get pension for life. But then on the other hand, play 2-3 years, you got the bread. You don't need the pension. You got the bread. Retire with $25 million and be in good health instead of banging your head up. Like I heard some people complaining about the Pro Bowl. You tell me, how many of y'all want to go get hurt for an exhibition game? Take hard hits for an exhibition game. Yeah, don't tell them how much they paid him. New deal, but they don't tell how much. Okay. The dude that had the good game, Eric, on the state, Cam Skeetabo. Yeah, they don't tell how much he made, though. Or does they? Let's see what sound it is. No, he just promoting some shit like that. Yeah, it just looked like promoting. They ain't telling how much bread he makes. So to me, that would be ideal, not to take them head injuries. But yeah, why? Who wants to play in the Pro Bowl? Before, it was like, well, we'll give your family a vacation in Hawaii. Shoot, players make so much money now, they like, look, we'll take our own family to Chicago or to Hawaii some other time. We don't need this. Why risk the injuries? And let's not forget the dude who was he Rookie of the Year? He was Rookie of the Year, and he tore up his knee playing sand football during Pro Bowl week. They let him come back and play a season or two, but he tore up his knee and he was rookie of the year. He's a running back for the Patriots. I don't think his rookie year they won it. I don't think so. I'd have to look him up to remember who that cat was. But he got hurt playing sand football. Tore his knee up playing sand football. So I am perfectly, just get rid of the shit, period. But people like the flag, and flag is pretty popular. Let me see. No picture. Oh, yeah. These motherfuckers right here. These are some uncomfortable motherfuckers. I can't wear these. That's that shock shit. I can't wear these. That shit is uncomfortable. The basketball one was the Jerry Stackhouses. He was the one that I remember having. But that shit, now they got the new ones with the balls in here. Those are super comfortable. But this shit here, yeah, I couldn't wear them. That shit hurt my motherfucking feet. I was mad I bought them motherfuckers because you don't know until you really try to hoop in them and walk around. You don't really know how they're gonna feel. But yeah, the motherfuckers was hard. And I got these motherfuckers too, but not in this ugly ass color. They're in one of the boxes somewhere. These motherfuckers here. These are comfortable. I must admit, these are super comfortable. Super comfortable. These are ugly, but they're comfortable. Mine is different colorway. Mine is purple and light blue, I think. Super comfortable, though. All my LeBrons are comfortable. So, all right. I think I'm going to call it. It's 2 hours. I'll be going live Super Bowl Sunday. Going to still go over some game film. Go over game film and stuff and formation to see their tendencies and see if I can call out some plays as they're setting up. It's interesting. Both teams run tight sets, which is kind of interesting. But if there is an advantage, I would say the advantage is the run game of Philadelphia. That's the advantage. But you know how they do these games. All of a sudden, he can't get no holes. And they're like, oh, the Chiefs had such a tough defense. They stopped him. And this man has a record for the most playoff games with multiple 60 yards runs. And you telling me against this Chiefs defense, he can't get a 60-yard run. Very unlikely. So, as I said, I anticipate, I want the Eagles to win. That's the emotional thing. But I anticipated fixing it for the Chiefs. But sometimes they do the opposite. I don't think this is one of those times. So, be careful with your money on this one. This is like I don't know. I might take some of the parlays. I don't know, like win and lose. I don't know. I mean, I want the Eagles to win, no doubt, but I doubt they will. I very well doubt they will. But they have fooled us before, so maybe they'll do it again. We don't know. But it's gonna be interesting the way they script it. It is going to be interesting. What's the point of this? Okay, some bullshit. But I only worry about right now, Control what you can control. Like my wife gets all emotional about this stuff. And she gets me going too, and that's all we argue about. We don't argue about our relationships. And me going to places like Hong Kong and staying for a week and coming back. We don't argue about that. She don't even ask. I come home. She's like, where you been? I've been to Hong Kong, baby. She's like, okay. Did you get some of that yen money? Yeah, I give her some yen money. She's happy. So I got you some of this Hong Kong candy. Here you go. So you don't ask me what I was doing over there. But politics gets her burned up. So that's all we argue about. Well, I think I'm going to call it, y'all. I'm going to wear Eagle gear on the Super Bowl, no doubt. So I guess I get to wear the Eagle gear at least one more time because I am going to be eagled up to give them a little extra energy. But thank you for the participation. Thank you for hanging with me. I appreciate it. Long time cloud watcher. Love the show. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Carl.
You can't get too close to Michael. It's a foul.
Thanks coming for Carl Blanche. Thank you. And all I say is enjoy it. Enjoy it for what it is. I mean, Kendrick Lamar is going to blow the roof off. He's going to tear the roof off the sucker. It's no way he's not going to play Not Like Us. You done won 5 Grammys And you telling me the NFL don't want to eat with that? You telling me they care that much about Drake where the NFL is going to say, oh, we're scared of Drake suing us? Hell no. Hell no. You telling me that you got the number one artist in the world right now, and you're not going to play his biggest hit that won Song of the Year and Record of the Year. And you telling me you done put him in the Super Bowl months in advance that he ain't going to sing that shit. CBS didn't give a fuck, did they? CBS was like, fuck him. Hey, what happened when he went on stage? A minor. Didn't everybody yell that shit? You had what's her name? Swift. You had Swift dancing that. Taylor Swift was jamming to that shit. So you know she didn't give a fuck. So you think Fox ain't gonna jump on that shit? And he got a bunch of songs that don't, But you telling me Fox don't want that publicity? So yeah, Drake's gonna go run and hide. He gonna need more than a shirt with the bullets to say he bulletproof. You ain't bulletproof, mug. Your last album didn't do shit. Your last song, he did a song with SZA or somebody, didn't he? It wasn't shit. So people know the people are tired of the fakeness. These dunks. What are these? Air Max 90s. These are dunks. I think these are dunks. Yeah, they're dunks. The Kill Shot 2. J Crew. Okay. I don't know. Worth showing y'all. Nice casual shoe. They say they're 21st century force. The swoosh had no intention, but they say they were J Crew. Kill Shot 2 variants. So, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think they are a type of dunk. Got this kind of Kill Shot 2. So if you like this shit, I don't know. I wouldn't wear that shit. I like hoop shoes. I love hoop shoes. So, all right. Thank you, everyone, for the participation and putting up with me for a couple hours. Oh, man, I do appreciate it. I try to share what I can, It's like spirituality is a kind of deep thing. And, I guess like one thing to remember, too, there are wicked spiritual people, too. So keep that in mind. It was like the magicians. If you think about the show Magicians, where she just wanted any magic, and she got turned out by a god because she was so thirsty for any magic. So just remember that with spiritual people, all spiritual people don't mean you good. Keep that in mind too. So there's some, like, I don't fuck with that Reiki stuff because they want you to be brainwashed before you go through it. They literally, here we go. They literally do this kind of thing to you when they tell you before they meet with you. They want you to start drawing circles like this over and over again. They give you some patterns to write over and over again. That's brainwashing. That's conditioning to you. So, and anytime, like keep this in mind when dealing, like don't go unless you know how to protect, you know how to do protection. Don't go to meditate with people. I mean, unless they are at your level. But definitely don't fuck with, people that are higher level than you spiritually, because there are a lot of spiritual vampires out there. Bomber told a story where he was with a group of people, but he just happened to take his crystal. And he said he saw the dude leave his body. The dude was vacuuming each person spiritually. And he said he came to him. He had his protection. He couldn't fuck with him. He said he zapped back in his body. It was like, I remember Central Park, which is in that picture there. Central Park had everybody, meditating. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. You don't know what kind of minds is out there. So keep that in mind about spirituality. Just as it's wicked people in religion, it's wicked people that's spiritual. So that's why, like when I went to the hospital last time, I had on my fire agate ring, and the dude in the ambulance kept asking me, "Was this mean anything special?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm not gonna tell you, dude. I'm sitting there fighting for my life, and this little magic that I got, I'm not going to expose it." But he kept asking me what it was for. Was it any, again, trying to undo my magic. I was like, "Nah, it's nothing. It's just a ring." But he knew better. That's why he kept asking me. So, no, I'm not giving this power away, buddy. What it means to me, it means to me. And what it's doing for me is doing for me. You dig? So, well, thank you guys again for listening to our old man and making me feel special.